And we already have felt the new administration is making the machineries to move and to mitigate the drought. We pray for you, and as the NGO fraternity, we are 100% supporting the government, both at the county government and national government. We will be working hand in hand, and we will be updating you on all of our programs. WFP has been doing relief food distribution since for a long time, and COCOB have been partnering with them for almost 16 years now. And now the new intervention of cash transfer is also 18,072. Many of our colleagues are also doing the same, and I'm sure the county government under your leadership is also looking into a lot of things. We have seen your manifesto during the campaign, and we are realizing we have started implementing them, and we will support you in making sure that we implement those manifestos to the fullest through your able administration and your county government officers. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We also thank you for the support. I've said it and I want to repeat it again. We don't take that for granted. My only request is coordination and collaboration. Let's coordinate so that we have an impact on the population. If we do it piecemeal, it's like we're going to do a lot of duplication, and our people are not very considerate. We don't consider the most vulnerable in some cases, and it's like we always fight for resources and forgetting about the most vulnerable within our midst. So my request is that we're going to share those data with you, because I've sent officers to every settlement in this county, specifically targeting the most vulnerable, the persons living with disability, the orphanage and the old age. People think that we are doing a parallel registration. No, we just wanted to make sure that the most affected are also in the list so that they get benefit. The messages we are getting on social media is actually not very good looking, and when we investigate, unfortunately, and some of those victims have relatives in this town, and we need actually to not to leave this thing to the government only. We have a responsibility as brothers and sisters to support one another. We have an obligation as a neighbor, we have an obligation as a relative, and if we don't help one another this time, I don't know when we're going to help one another. This is actually the best time to do, and I want to appeal to the NGOs again. We are not investigating anybody. All we want is actually to work together as a team so that we target the right people and the right population. So I thank the National Drought Monitoring Management Authority for coordinating the county steering group for the last two meetings, and we have made a lot of progress, and we have got a lot of information. I want to urge them to continue doing the good job, coordinating, so that in the next meeting we should have at least known the details of the beneficiaries. Not necessarily to know who they are, but exactly the areas covered and why we are not targeting the most vulnerable. It's like when we leave this thing to committees, they are always the same people who appears everywhere. You have to go for a public participation, you will get the same elders, the same committees. If you go for an NGO program, the same people. So who is now, they are not very, they have been doing a good job, but are they targeting the right people? If that is so, then why should we not have a family in Tawakal in these programs of cash transfer? And if you go there, they're the most vulnerable. So these are the areas that we need to look at. Let's not get the raw data we get from committees as the true picture of the situation on the ground. We need to do verification. Even yourself as an NGO, when you get the list, take time and verify whether the information we are given is correct, and by visiting actually samples of those households. I'm sure with the report we're going to get in the next 2 weeks from our sub-county administrators and the relevant department, we're going to share with you the situation on the ground, so that at least we should not allow anybody mtu atakufa wakati yake ifika, lakini not kwa sababu ya njaa. Thank you very much.